The party has released a video. This is of senior Congress leader from Karnataka about a meeting that took place in Rajasthan. An admission that has already been made by the Congress leader, but here a direct allegation of minority appeasement. In fact, this is what the BJP says. Its Congress unveiled the policy of divide and rule, appeasement politics ahead of polls. What we are going to do right now is going to put out that video. What you see on your screens right now, this is a meeting that took place in Rajasthan, which was attended by senior Congress leader and a minister in Karnataka government who was attending this meeting, and in which he categorically says, and I'm quoting, that people used to tell, by bringing Congress to power in Karnataka, you've done a magic. Everyone who met me asked how all work to send a message to the whole of Hindustan. In fact, remember, this is quite in lines with what Kamal Nath had also said in the past. Let me just quickly go across to my colleague Niranjan, who's joining us on this broadcast. Niranjan, the video has now surfaced. In fact, this is something that he has already admitted, that he was present during this meeting. He's not shying away. He's not denying that he wasn't present.
Well, this video has been doing the rounds, Shravan. First of all, this video has been doing the rounds, and we went to Zamir Ahmed. He was not in Bengaluru, he was in Hospete, and we went there, we questioned him, we asked him if it was him who was seen in the video. We asked him whether it was his voice, whether he was present at any Muslim community event, at which he confirms that it was in Rajasthan. He even says it was in Ajmer, and then he goes on to say that this did happen. He did speak, but he tries to sort of downplay the entire thing by saying there's nothing wrong in what I said. But you go through the entire video, which has been now put out by the BJP. He says in this particular election, and I think this is a news point, Shravan, in this particular election, he says, in the recently concluded Karnataka election, he says that Muslims voted as one to ensure the Congress comes to power. There are different news points that come out of this breaking news story, and I think the fact that the minister himself, and he's also a very powerful minister, he's a minority face of the government, you can say that, one of the aspirants perhaps to a higher post at some point, because there's already a squabble within the Congress for who becomes the deputy chief minister. But for him to admit and say, and he also says that during election they had inside meetings, they had secret meetings, and he talks about different events where they met with different imams and also had meetings in different masjids to try and strategize on how the Congress party can perhaps win this particular election. So that becomes all the more critical. We questioned him, he's not denying it. He's not denying it at all, but what he says is this video is from June or July. He says it is from June or July, but in the video he's also heard saying in Rajasthan that elections have just been announced and that Rajasthan must follow the Karnataka model. Now, what is he trying to say? He's trying to say in Karnataka, in the words of Zamir Ahmed, in Karnataka, the Muslim community voted en masse. They voted to get the Congress party to power. They voted en masse for the Congress party, and that the same sort of model should be replicated in Rajasthan. Now, that's what he's saying. He's not denied the video. In fact, we even showed him the video, and he's not denying it. But he says it was much before the elections were announced. But I think it tells you, also many political analysts have also said that the Muslim community, of course, has voted in large numbers in Karnataka. And he also says at some point in the video that he was asked, Karnataka ne kamal kar diya to vote in, that is the Muslim community, for them to vote in large numbers to perhaps, teach the BJP a lesson. He also says that in the video, and this becomes all the more controversial. I still remember about 5 years back, Shravan, just before the Madhya Pradesh election, very similar to what Kamal Nath said, what you said in your introduction about Kamal Nath also saying and talking about how critical the Muslim vote is for the Congress party. So sort of a rerun, if you can see that, for a minority face from Karnataka to go to Rajasthan and talk about the Karnataka model, and how in the Karnataka model you had the Muslim community vote for the Congress in large numbers. Highly controversial, Shravan, the fact that I think the BJP's picked it up and they've tweeted about it. The minister himself is not denying the video. Shravan.
Well, in fact, it's Congress's polarization tactic which has been revealed once again. Not just in Karnataka, we saw the same coming in from Madhya Pradesh to here. Clearly, they're talking about working in tandem with the Jamaat. If you look at what Zamir had to say, he's talking about the fact that for the first time, Congress has essentially worked hand in hand with Jamaat in every assembly constituency in the state of Karnataka, which has given them the dividend.
Well, absolutely. And you know, Shravan, just to tell you a little bit about what else he said in the video, because I have the entire translation with me. Let me tell you one of the news points, because just now the video was tweeted and we saw what they had said in the video. And I'm going to read out some of the pointers from that particular video, right? Some of the news points that he says in the video. He says, and I quote, he says, Muslims voted as one and created magic in Karnataka. He says Muslims voted as one and created magic in Karnataka. He also says we did indoor meetings and we never showed them that we strategized as a community and that the community surprised the BJP in this particular election. He also says we took all imams into confidence and strategized during the elections. We took feedback from the imams for the election and strategized. He says we took all masjid imams, Jamaat. He says we also took the Jamaat into confidence for the first time and worked in this election. And he also says we made teams in all 224 seats in Karnataka and strategized with the community to ensure that they win in large numbers. So these are very big admissions and a highly controversial video that shows the polarization strategy, Shravan. You look at, polarization playing a large part in Karnataka, and not just Karnataka politics, but in Indian politics. And this is one of those rare videos where you see a minister on, and interesting part, Shravan, towards the end of that video, he sees somebody shooting with their mobile phone, and then he says, people in Kannada, he says, anybody here from Karnataka, stop shooting the video. Now, if he was if he wasn't saying something wrong, why would he ask them to stop shooting the video? So very interesting development, Shravan, and I think it reveals the polarization strategy this time in this video of the Congress party, Shravan.